Have you felt a higher calling to bring light into this world? Chances are you are a spiritual warrior. My name is Mashida Shabazz, and I've lived with monks for over 2 years, and now I lead a spiritual night order that builds self-sufficient communities. By the end of today's video, I'm going to help you gain clarity on your divine assignment as a warrior of truth by going over 3 core concepts for clarity. 1, what is a spiritual warrior? 2, why is a spiritual warrior needed so badly right now? And 3, how are you able to identify if you are a spiritual warrior? So what is a spiritual warrior in the first place, right? A spiritual warrior is someone who faces all of life's difficulties with strength, with courage, and wisdom. And it's not about physical battles and fighting. Yes, it's good to know martial arts, but it's really about the inner battle, the daily battle of life that we must experience using our personal mastery, using our moral integrity, and spiritual vitality. Spiritual warriors balance compassion with courage, meaning that they are able to stand strong and boldly in the face of challenges while still being attuned and open to the needs of the people and giving compassion where it's needed. Spiritual warriors are also deeply committed to personal mastery. Very important is the discipline for themselves, because when our lives are disciplined, we're able to be a better service to everyone around us, and we feel empowered and that strength that discipline brings us. And diving deeper into that, spiritual warriors live by a code of ethics. It is our law. And without that, we feel lost and we are not properly governed. So to be guided by a code of conduct that emphasizes the need to bring out light and to live a righteous life brings us greater alignment and clarity of purpose and strength to carry out the will that we need to bring forth the change that we seek. And lastly, spiritual warriors are protectors of light and truth. It is an honor and privilege to defend truth, to uphold truth, and to behold truth. And spiritual warriors don't hesitate to make sacrifices for light, make sacrifices to bring about a greater world, to bring about greater benefit to all people. Spiritual warriors are glad to be able to sacrifice their bodies, their lives for the higher calling that God has chosen us for. Number 2, why are spiritual warriors so needed in our world right now? And this is something that is really close to my heart, because the truth is that the nature and understanding of warriors has been deeply perverted in our current mainstream society. Warriors, people who are willing to live and die for their countries, are sent by money-hungry government officials and politicians to go do corrupt and perverse acts in foreign country for the quote-unquote benefit of our nation. And they treat sincere warriors, sincere soldiers as people who are just like hired guns, and when they have served their purpose, they toss them out on the streets. And so it's always been difficult for me to see the state of the warrior in our world today. And to me, that's also why we have so much issues, because the warrior in India is called Kshatriya. And this Kshatriya, the spiritual warrior, are the people who should lead in today's society, because they don't care about money. You know you're a spiritual warrior because you don't care about money, because you're about service and you're about protection putting your life on the line for the betterment of all people. And only people like that should be the ones to lead us, right? And because we don't have these people in those positions, we have people who only care about money, we experience so much of the sorrows, the struggles that we have today. There is a deep need in our world today for purpose, for direction, for meaning. And spiritual warriors help to facilitate that and help to shine light upon that, because we live in such a way that we embody the very essence of the spiritual seeker, one who is always ready to be at the frontier for growth, for change, for spiritual evolution. And we hold as spiritual warriors that model example of what it means to pursue that wholeheartedly. And so we, through our example, can bring more balance to our world today that is so much needed. And that is why the world is thirsty for true leaders who lead with integrity, leaders who resolve external conflicts by focusing on the inner process, on the inner conflicts that each individual person is facing. And so it is such a strong need today for disciplined spiritual warriors, disciplined leaders, disciplined spiritual leaders to challenge the status quo, challenge the perverseness of our current system, and bring the true change that we're all looking for, the new earth that we all deserve and desire. How do you know if you are a spiritual warrior? Well, it's quite simple. Do you feel challenged by the status quo? Are you desiring a higher way of life, a new earth? Are you willing to be of complete service and not care for personal gain? You're not in it for money. You're not in it for status or this or that. You purely want to give of yourself wholeheartedly for the betterment of your fellow brothers and sisters. Are you constantly striving for self-improvement? Do you feel a deep calling for something greater than yourself? Do you feel a sense of responsibility for the world around you? Are you willing to face adversity with resilience despite uncertainty of the outcomes that you may face? Because you know your mission is greater than any temporary challenge or setback. If any of these points resonate with you, it's highly likely and beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are a spiritual warrior awakening to your true calling and your divine assignment. So if anything's resonate with you, the feeling that you have a higher purpose here, that your life is not just about yourself, that you feel a sense of responsibility for the challenges that our world is facing today, and you are willing and ready to go against the status quo for betterment of all people and for a new earth? Are you consistently striving for that self-improvement? Are you constantly seeking spiritual and holistic success for your life? If any of these things resonated with you, then please realize that the world needs you. It needs you to stand up in your calling and your divine assignment, and it needs you to be aligned with this higher calling, this higher purpose, because the world is begging for change. We see it all around us. We are tired of living in the way that the system has created life and has described how life should be. We are looking for higher evolution. We are looking for truth seekers. We're looking for warriors of truth, warriors of light. And please understand that if this is something that's been calling you, then answer that calling. Make the sacrifices necessary, because this is not a journey of comfort. This is a journey of transformation and a journey of bearing witness to truth and to righteousness. And I recommend, if you feel called to this, it's important as warriors to band together, this is a common problem we have, is that our spiritual warriors are quite disconnected from one another, while the forces of evil, the warriors of darkness, are quite united. And that's why they've made the world the place it is today, because they're united and we aren't. So as spiritual warriors, let's come together, let's band together in brotherhood and truth, and bring forth a new age and new earth. And if this resonates with you at all, please leave a comment below saying that yes, I'm a spiritual warrior, this is what I resonate with, and I will reach out and share. And please also share a personal story or something that helped you awaken to this calling, so others who watch this video and go to the comments can be inspired by your journey and awaken to this divine calling as a spiritual warrior. Peace be with you all. Thank you for watching, and I am building a community online for other spiritual warriors to become a part of, especially those interested in building community, because that's the future, and I'll make more videos about that. But in the description, you can find a link to this place to learn more about how you can be a part of self-sufficient communities and develop yourself as a warrior of truth.